Good morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to start working on adding some images and making our drafts super fancy. So, we want to make sure that we're not using too many images and we want our images to really match our text. So, be purposeful. Don't just pick your favorite just because it's the cutest or because it's um, whatever adjective you want to use. But I'll make sure it's connected to your text. And we'll talk about that as we're adding images in. And we can also add in some other text features. So I'm going to do part of this lesson with the PC. And then the second part of the lesson, I'm going to use my iPad. And you probably want to watch both. So even if you're on the iPad, you want to watch this one because you may have to use the laptop if you're on your Chromebook or if you have your own computer at home, then you might have to switch to iPad at some point. So it's good to learn both, learning both platforms. Okay, let's get started. So on my cover, I definitely want to dress it up just a little bit. So I think I'm going to highlight this and I'm going to make my text color a nice aqua. I think I like that one. And then I'm also going to put a little shape around this just to kind of add a little something. So I'm going to insert shape. I like this little frame one. And so I'm just going to drag it. I'm holding the mouse down and dragging it in. And I can recolor that with the fill color. Notice how when I click on the tools on the menu bar, what the tool does, the little name pops up under. So I'm going to make that a pretty, oh, that's too blue. I want to go more aqua. This one. Okay, that looks better. All right, and see how my M and the end of my manatee is in the back? I need to bring that to the front. So what I do is I go to the edit, nope, view, insert, format, slide, arrange. Oh, it's under arrange. So I find this word order and I want to bring it to the front. And now my manatees is too blending in. So I think I'm going to change that color a little bit on the word. So I'm going to highlight that. And I'm going to go with a darker green. I can also drag this text box. I don't quite need that text box so gigantic, so I can drag that and make it a little smaller. I can scooch my name down a little bit to the bottom. These little squares are called handles. So you can just kind of shrink your text boxes so they kind of fit better. Still not loving that. I'm going to go with a lighter green. It's too dark. There we go. I want the manatees to pop up. I can also change this font if I'm not a fan of that. So I would go to format. No. I go right here where it says Arial. And I can change it to a Merriweather. Or I can change it to, I like that. I'm going to make my name the same so they match. I like margarine. I like those curly letters. And I can make it a little bit bigger too. I think I'm going to increase the size a little bit. And then that way it kind of fits in the middle and I'm not going in that blue box. That was bugging me a little bit. And now, let's see. I think definitely I want a manatee on the cover so that if a reader doesn't know what a manatee is, they'll be able to see an image. So I'm going to go to Insert, Image, and then if I have images of manatees already saved, like I could save my pictures from my trip, I could upload those from the computer, but I didn't do that. So I'm going to go to Search the Web. And let's try that again. Insert, image, search the web. So it has my last search on there. We're going to use that later. I'm going to type in manatee. And let's pick this one. And you can see the little check mark up here. And then down here, there's a blue box that says insert. Maybe a little bit different depending on what device you're on. And that looks good because it's got that pretty green. And I'm just grabbing those handles so that it fits on the page. All right. So that's my first page. All right. So this one is my introduction. So I'm doing the whole legend of the manatee, getting confused with mermaids. And so this is where I'm going to shrink this text box a little bit. And then you can also make your text boxes like go in columns. They don't have to be the way I put them. Now, I would like you to kind of leave this text about the same size, like maybe an 18 to a 24. The bigger the number, the bigger your image will be. Remember, if it's small on your screen, go to View, Zoom, 100, and see that's what the size will look like when I go to 100%. So before I was seeing a smaller image. For right now, I kind of want it to fit to page because then I can see the whole page at once. All right, so I'm going to go to Insert, Image, search the web. I'm going to pick another manatee picture. I'm going to pick this one that's like the silhouettes because I'm going to do a mermaid silhouette too. Because maybe the shape of the shadow of the manatee and the shadow of what they considered the mermaid, maybe those were the same. So insert, image, search the web. This is where keywords are really important. So all right, so I'm going to type in silhouette just so I get that shadow. So I'm going to pick this one and insert. Okay. And she fits nicely right there, so I'm just going to leave her like that. Now I might want to have, on this page where they live, I have 3 different type of manatees that live in 3 different places. And so I'm not sure if I can put a map here. I might not have enough room. So I think what I'm going to do is do just the 3 types and put a caption under each type so that the reader knows which type of manatee looks like what. So I'm actually going to do some research because I'm afraid when I do just the plain image search on the web, I'm not sure if I'm going to get the exact right manatee. So I think I'm going to go to the internet and save some pictures. Okay, so I just did 4 keyword searches, and I'm going to go to that page. Now, one thing you want to do is images are copyrighted. And so a good rule of thumb is not to you can't look at all the you can look at all the images, but if I'm going to use it in my work, I have to use one that is copyright free. So I want to go to Tools, and I want to go right here to Usage Rights, and I want to look for Creative Commons. So that you're going to see that it's going to change the ones that I'm allowed to use. So these images are okay to use. So I'm just going to grab, I think I might do these, like maybe if I can find some sketchable ones. I think I might do those. Okay, so I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to do copy image. I'll go back to my text, and then I should be able to do edit, paste. Okay. And then I want to add a caption under. So I'm just going to get a text box here. And I'm just going to label this one the West Indian. Okay, now I'm going to go to the Amazonian. So again, I go to Tools. I go to Usage Rights. Creative Commons. Let's see if I can find the line drawing. Yep, that's good. Copy image. You could save the image, and then when you do your insert, you would do it from the computer. Go back to my text. I'm going to shrink this text box up so that my pictures don't get in the way. Oops. Paste. Oh, man. Did that wrong. All right, let me try that again. Copy image. Back to my text. Paste. So I use the Control V to paste, but you can go to edit. That does it too. Grab a text box. This is the Amazonian capital. And let's go to West African. Tools. Usage rights. Creative Commons. See if I can find a line drawing. Oh man. There's not going to be one. Let's see. Black and white. Ah, there's one. Their faces are all a little bit different. So that's why I like using these illustrations versus because you can see the difference a lot better. All right, so I just did a right click, copy image, went to my text, paste, grab a text box, West African, and then I think, oops, in my research, I also found that there's a fifth one. And so, all right, so one other thing I found in my research was there's a fourth animal that's kind of related to manatees. And so I thought what I would do is just do a little fun fact text box.
So we can do that, fun fact.
And so it's called the dugong, and these live near Australia. So I'm just going to grab a little image of this guy. Let's go to Tools, Usage Rights, Creative Commons, and I'll grab his little line drawing. I'm going to go back to my text. I'm going to have to move guys around a little bit, scrunch them up. See how when you're clicking on it, it will make that double-sided arrow, so that just goes up. So that's going to go there. Scooch everybody up so they all fit. All right. So a dugongs live near Australia. They are in the same family group as the manatee. I'm going to stretch that out a little bit. And then I can paste in an image. Big difference with these is they have more of a whale-shaped tail than the paddle-like tail. All right, so I might make that bold, and I might center that. So this is the align button, and you just center right there. All right. And last slide, I'm going to grab a couple pictures of manatees eating. So I'm just going to go to Insert, Image, search the web, click the X. Oops, sorry, did that wrong. Insert, Image, search the web. Just have to delete that and get manatees eating. And I can actually pick two pictures. So here's one eating, so it puts a little check mark there. And Let's see if I can find another one with a little bit of food. Let's go back up. Sometimes when you get too low down, oh, there's a good one. So see how it says now have two selected? It'll insert both of them. And so they're kind of big, so I'm going to have to like scooch them around. Oh, why are they on top of each other? All right, so that is not working. So let's do edit. This is the undo button or Control Z. I have to maybe do it a couple times. You can also do it right here. So I'm not sure why it did that. Let's try that again. Insert, image, search the web. We'll just pick them one at a time. So there's number 1 eating. Insert, image, search the web. It still says manatees eating, so we'll get that one. Insert. And this was too big, so I'm going to grab those handles and just smush it down a little. All right, so then I have my 2 images of my manatees eating. And then I'm going to finish the video on the iPad and show my iPad users how to do the same things with their iPads. So make sure, even if you're not on the iPad, you want to go and try to watch that video too, because I'm going to talk about a few other text features. I forgot one thing. I might want to boldface this because that's kind of a text-specific word. And so I can put a definition down there if I want to. I forgot I wanted to do that text feature. So I could have herbivore, and then I could have plant eating animal. So if you have text-specific words, you might want to make them boldface, or you could do a different color. So I could just highlight that, and I can change the text color and make it like a bright blue. Another one would be to do italics, make them kind of, I could take the bold off. I could go back to the black and just have the regular. I like bold, and I'll take the italics off. Okay, so that was my last thing. I think that was all I needed to add. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video.